Hey everybody, this is my co-op mod for Kenshi. I could show off a billion things, but mostly I want to show off how joining games work so people can try and test this out. I have the mod up on GitHub right now. You can grab the latest release. And when you're in the game, you can just press F2. That brings up a little screen that lets you select a role. This is host or join. Host is sort of the authority of the world. So the host is going to be kind of having the joining game suppress its AI, and it's going to sort of try and stream world state. Kenshi is a game not built for multiplayer at all, so streaming world state is pretty difficult, and there's like a million things to stream. So for the host client, the game experience should hopefully be very similar to a normal game, but for the join client, you'll probably see oddities as things sort of pop around as the world state gets synced. I've mostly been testing on Steam. So with Steam, I don't have it running now because I'm running client side by side, but on Steam, I just need the sort of Steam friend ID to create the connection so that I can sort of send network traffic. So this has an option. If you're running Steam, you'll see a friend code here. And you can just copy my Steam ID and share it with a friend. They can send you theirs, and then you can just paste it right in. And then you can flip the connection status to online, and in theory, you're ready to go. I'm going to use UDP for this example because I'm testing internally, and so I'm using UDP, which has a sort of secondary config option that you can add your IP and port into. So I have this set up on the host. Controlling two games is a nightmare. Kenshi is a hard enough game to play on its own, so playing two is really difficult, but I'm going to go ahead and pop open the screen here. And so you can see my role is joined. And I'm also looking UDP, and so I'm connected. So these two games should be connected now. The join game, the host game, when you first play, you want to load a game. The join client, you can just, from the main menu key, you can press F2 and join. It's going to basically download the game from the host and load it on your system. So in theory, you're sort of entering into their world. Let me go ahead and go over here. So here I have a save where I have 3 units in each squad. So the first squad is controlled by the host. The second squad is controlled by the sort of joining game. And I would recommend just using 1 unit. But here I have 3 just to show you that this kind of works. I'm going to highlight these dudes. And oops, this is the wrong squad. So you can't control units from a squad that's not yours. This is the join game. So I have the second squad. So here, I'll move these dudes around. Let me go ahead and highlight or zoom into where these guys are. In this game, you can see here I have this green text that's just letting you know that you're connected. This is mostly debug text. I'll take it away at some point. But let me tab back, and you can see these dudes moving around. I'm going to go ahead and stealth, and you can see they stealth. And I'm going to have these guys follow a host character and just sort of zoom in on one of them. And now let me go over to my host squad. And these dudes I'm going to start moving around. And so we'll take a little adventure here across the landscape. So I kind of just want to get into combat so I can show roughly how that works. So the host basically has like a bubble around them, and inside of that bubble, they're deciding what is true and what is not true. So units that are spawned in their game, they're going to try and replicate in the joining game. And I'm just looking for some dudes here I can fight, some creatures or some bandits. So let me speed up the time maybe so we're not slowly seeing me walk across. So the time is like a voting system basically. So you say what time you want. The minimum time wins. So any player can pause their game, but it takes both players to vote to speed up the game, for it to go triple speed. So you're kind of so ideally, like, it's a decision you're both making, but if you run into something and you need to quickly pause, either player can do that. Also, there's a bug I'm fighting right now where when you enter combat, sometimes it reduces to single speed, which is actually kind of nice with co-op, because you don't know, you can, it gives you some time to coordinate before your squads get obliterated. But okay, so here's some dudes. Let me see if I can get by these dudes here. And here you can see they're on both screens. I've just paused on one client, but it's paused on both. I'm going to go ahead and start a fight here. I'm sure I'm going to get my butt kicked in, but so here it's slowed down to 1x speed, even though it's still highlighted 3x speed. So you might have to flip that on and off. And so here on the join client, you can see its characters are sort of warping around. It's really difficult to maintain character position with all these NPCs, so expect some teleporting, but ideally they're sort of close to what's actually happening. Here's all my dudes are dead. This guy got up. So that's basically it. Ideally, there's not a lot of setup. You just run the mod, and you're not running any other mods ideally. And try single player. Try just like a single player co-op game. See how that goes. I haven't done a ton of testing around super bases with 50 dudes and 50 jobs and a whole production pipeline. So if you feel like testing that, that'd be great, but expect some bugs there.